Okay, how's everyone doing today? This is SPC Morton here with a little bit of a informational video. Important changes are underway to the watch, warning, and advisory system. So, as you guys already know, today the winter weather headline products have been officially reformatted using the new hazardous HazSimp project, or it's not the project itself, it's actually the format that was changed, which doesn't technically have a name, but it was reformatted by the HazSimp project. So that being said, important changes are underway, but not specifically talking about that. There are major changes ahead that I must announce to you all today. Alright, there we go. So, I made this yesterday, so these changes already happened for all winter alert products, which is today, October 2nd, 2017. These changes will occur next spring for all flood, river flood, and flash flood products. These changes are unconfirmed whether they will happen in the fall of 2018 for wind and heat wave products. So that would be wind advisory and heat advisory, excessive heat warning, high wind warning, etc. And wind chill advisory, wind chill warning as well. So here are some general format changes you can expect with these products. National Weather Service Office issuance statements will no longer be there when the HazSimp project reformat takes place for the specific project. So, for example, you will no longer hear the National Weather Service and whatever office has issued a, etc., will no longer be used in these products, as, of course, you don't need oral identifiers that the National Weather Service issued something anymore. As we have CAP, we got IPAWS now. We already know the alert is originating from the Weather Service, and of course, going directly from the first headline to the product or the weather hazards, that saves a lot more time and getting critical information, of course, and I feel that was very necessary. And another thing to note, the terms watch and advisory have been really confusing based on recent feedback. So guys, very, very big news for everyone. We are looking at potentially getting new terms to replace watch and advisory. I'm sure that they might happen within a decade or so, but listen to this. What if instead of hearing winter weather advisory, you hear heat notice and winter weather notice? That sounds more general and official, of course. So, of course, this is really big news. Like, a universal change in format is coming, guys. Just saying. So, this will be used to replace the term advisory. We are still having yet to confirm if they are actually looking into this deliberately or whatever. And these general changes, I would assume, would take place within the next decade. I've gotten this information from a HazSimp presentation, which wasn't really viewed, and I'm still having yet to determine if it is a primary source of such. And in addition to that, new levels of terms are being proposed, including notice, possible, alert, and then emergency. So I'm assuming notice would be advisory, possible would be watch, alert would be warning, and then emergency, of course. You guys only hear the term emergency if it's a tornado or flash flood in National Weather Service products. Products that aren't issued by the Weather Service or issued by EMAs, the CEMs that are relayed by the Weather Service, they are considered emergencies, but not Weather Service emergencies, which the only Weather Service emergencies that are routinely disseminated would be flash flood emergency and tornado emergency. That is eventually going to change. What I'm assuming is that they will add new emergency categories, including blizzard emergency. That means a life-threatening and significant event with very high proportions is occurring, rather than the warning, which means it's expected but doesn't pose a widespread threat to public. In the what section, here's another thing to note. So, in every product effective whenever the HazSimp comes to these categories, in the what section in each product, every first sentence will contain this or that is possible, expected, or occurring as automatically generated by AWIPs whenever forecasters can select what is possible. So, for example, the Blizzard Watch is just unnecessary. So, of course, the Blizzard Watch is going bye-bye and will be consolidated with the Winter Storm Watch because, for example, if you issue a Blizzard Watch 7 days or at least 5 days in advance, eventually that turns out to be a winter storm warning. That would be a major confusion because in the precautionary/preparedness actions call to action statement that is generated, it says is expected. But if it's a watch, that means it's possible. So if it's possible, and you'd still be uncertain, so that's why we would need a winter storm watch. And a blizzard watch seems more confusing. So in the what section of the winter storm watch, if a blizzard is possible, you'd hear blizzard conditions is possible. And if it's just a winter storm condition that is expected, you would hear heavy snow expected or heavy freezing precipitation expected, etc. And here's another pretty significant one for me. For NOAA Weather Radio listeners, potentially, I am still having yet to confirm if the Des Moines office is doing this. The BMH dictionary may be programmed to say event instead of what, location favored instead of where, and timing instead of when, to avoid listener confusion. Because if you hear what heavy snow occurring, then you would probably be thinking that, why is the weather radio guy asking a question? I'm still waiting to know what other offices I have contacted are doing this. The Lincoln office is not doing this, of course, because some offices like it, and I personally do like it, but it's a little confusing, and it takes a pretty long time getting used to, and of course. So I want to do a little overview of the products that are being consolidated. So the Blizzard Watch has gone bye-bye, RIP Blizzard Watch, 1970s to 2017. So lake effect snow advisory, watch and warning will be replaced with a winter storm warning. However, this is only going to be for the Great Lakes offices for the lake effect snow warning. Other offices may have the option to issue a lake effect snow warning in the future if this affects, for example, if Lake Okeechobee has a sudden winter storm in Florida, they would have to, and if it's lake effect snow, they would be able to issue a lake effect snow warning for Florida. But I hope we won't have to do that. That will be completely consolidated with winter storm warning very, very soon. So let's just say bye-bye to the lake effect snow advisory, watch, and warning. Freezing rain advisory will be officially replaced with winter weather advisory. So let's say bye to freezing rain advisory as well. I loved the freezing rain advisory. I have a very few noticeable captures of freezing rain advisories on my channel, including a weather underground catch of Worcester, if I'm right, Massachusetts, and then we had a freezing rain advisory here, and of course I'm probably not going to record random stuff on my weather radio as I did back then, of course, because I'm doing more life events right now, and Of course, I don't really have a good device to do that because my phone has very low storage, and this iPad I'm using to do this presentation has a lot of things on it. So next year, when the flood changes take effect, I'm assuming it'll happen in April 2018, the Flash Flood Watch will be replaced with Flood Watch. So what if it's heavy rain and it produces aerial flooding and not flash flooding? Same scenario with the Blizzard Watch, of course. And of course, this is pretty significant. Flash Flood Watch was a very popular term, and I'm pretty sad to see it go. But it's just a term, and it's something better to look at consolidating. So record as many FFAs as you can. I'm assuming the Blizzard Watch and the Flash Flood Watch EAS event codes will still be operable until maybe like early 2020s, until the Weather Service and FEMA apparently find a time where it's time to shut that code off. So that will be a useless code on a weather radio eventually, and a EAS encoder. And another very big one, river flood and flash flood products, or just general flood products, I should have put that there, will follow the exact same format. So river flood warnings are really hectic, and they really do slow down the servers a lot. So for example, it's a heckload of text saying, the flood warning continues for the XX river at X gauge site until this time, this date. At this time, this date, the stage was XX feet. Minor flooding is occurring. XX flooding is forecast. Flood stages. You know, all that information can't really be interpreted to the point where everyone understands it. You need to have a specific format for all flood products, of course, and this would be really understandable. I don't know if the Lincoln office here would have the format be universalized to the point where the flood warning actually is toned on NWR or whatnot. But that will be very interesting to see the outcomes and everything. Again, I would ask that you guys tell me what you think. What should you think? Should the terms advisory and watch be replaced with notice, etc.? I would really appreciate that change, and it really does make a lot of sense. But, you know, the advisory and watch terms, they make a lot of sense to me, but I know what they are, obviously, and we'll just have to see what the Weather Service does, or the headquarters and just the general jurisdiction does within this amount of time. So I'm hoping this comes to an outcome to where everyone understands. And yeah, again, guys, I'm doing well. If you're wondering, I just haven't been recording because obviously my channel is declining, to be honest, of course. And I'm thinking eventually I might abandon this channel and make a new one, but I'll just certainly have to see the outcome of all my life effects and new cameras and everything. But yeah, again, guys, thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you have not yet already. I'll be sure to post more weather info stuff. What I'm thinking for the future is that I'm going to get a computer, a UPS portable battery, so I can at least update everyone if our power goes out and you need critical information if that were to happen. I'll certainly be showing everyone setups of my stuff, but I think I'll stick with what I have for now as per my weather radio collection and everything. Again, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching and everything, and I'll be sure to subscribe to as many people as I can. And again, guys, thank you for watching.